Man comes out to wife after 23 years unprepared for Remark. He sat across from her at the dinner table, looking outside the restaurant window as the cityscape got swallowed by night. He shifted uncomfortably on his seat, knowing it was now or never. When he finally shared that he was gay and had been for the last 23 years, he felt a load lift from his shoulders. But she also leaned forward, sharing her secret that made his mouth fall open. When Hendy Gibson married Linda, he knew he'd found someone he wanted to build a life with. They'd been fresh out of college, with all the energy coming from being so young. What started as a budding friendship soon became a lovely relationship that neither could deny. Before Hendy knew it, he rode into the sunset with his wife in tow. But something didn't feel right. Although Hendy loved every aspect of his marriage to Linda, he realized something that would mean the end of what they had. During the first year of their marriage, Hendy discovered he was gay, which distressed him deeply. The reason wasn't that he was gay, but how Linda would take the news. Little did Hendy know that his wife was hiding a secret of her own. With his revelation hidden deep within, Hendy made the difficult decision of keeping quiet. He lived with Linda as husband and wife, fathering 2 beautiful girls and a boy by their second year together. The years trudged on, and the kids grew up. But throughout this time, even though Hendy was glad to see how happy his family was, he couldn't help but feel incomplete because of his secret. As his and Linda's marriage anniversary loomed, he knew he had to come clean. It was 23 years since Hendy and Linda exchanged vows at the altar and became united, and Hendy knew he couldn't be quiet anymore. He'd been so afraid of breaking his wife and children's hearts by coming out of the closet through the years. But now that the kids were grown and he and Linda had lived life together, it was time for him to find his peace. When Hendy and Linda got married, Hendy had no idea that he was gay. He only found out soon after and felt obligated to bite his tongue and be faithful to the vows he made to her. He'd spent a better part of those 23 years of marriage showing support to the LGBTQ+ community. He went above and beyond to foster equality and freedom in his town, seeing as he wished he could be free. He would soon have his wish. As the anniversary day came, Hendy prepared everything as he always did at such momentous occasions. He booked a table at their favorite restaurant, while Linda ensured the kids were set for the night. By evening, the couple left the house for the restaurant. Sitting across from Linda at their table, Hendy thought about how to share his news. He wanted more than anything to open up, but would she hear him out? Taking a sip of his scotch, Hendy cleared his throat and leaned forward. He took a deep breath and reached out for Linda's hand. "What's up?" she asked with raised eyebrows when he didn't speak. His heart danced within his chest, air squeezing out of his lungs as he summoned all the courage in him. "Linda," he said, seeing the color leach out of her face as she awaited his next words. "I'm gay," Hendy said, opening up about how he'd felt for the last 23 years and why he'd kept his secret. His wife's eyes grew wet with tears as she listened. As Hendy continued speaking, she reached out and held his other hand, squeezing as she heard his story. Hendy smiled amid tears, glad that his wife was hearing him out. He didn't know she'd been hiding something from him too. "When did you know?" Linda asked, sipping her wine as the night cruised by. "Soon after we got married," Hendy said. "I couldn't break your heart like that," he added. Linda kissed his hand and said, "This means we can't be married anymore, right?" Her eyes sparkled with the restaurant's ambient light. In a low voice, she asked, "Do you still want to be married to me?" Before Hendy could answer, Linda smiled at him, a sad smile that broke his heart into two. "Don't answer," she said. "We have 3 beautiful kids together. You've given them the life they wanted, given me everything I ever asked for. It's time you found happiness too." Her revelation made Hendy's eyes water again, but what she'd say next would blow everything out of the water. "I have my secret to share," Linda said with her eyes stuck on the table. Her lips trembled with her fingers, and Hendy knew she was trying to find the right words as he had been trying throughout dinner. "Just tell me," he said, squeezing her hand in his. "I'll listen, Linda." "Okay," Linda said, wiping away her tears. She looked up. "I'm gay too, Hendy." Hendy's mouth fell open, not because Linda was gay too, but because in all his years supporting the LGBTQ+ community, he didn't know his wife was gay as well. He stood up and hugged her, kissing the top of her head with the burning emotion firing through his veins. "When did you know?" he asked, and Linda opened up just as he had. Linda shared that she'd found out she was gay just before they got married. The two went home that night with smiles on their faces. The night was brighter, the city lights around them twinkling as they had never before. Hendy remembered the feeling, knowing the last time he'd experienced it was before keeping his secret. But what would happen to their marriage? Hendy and Linda filed for divorce after explaining everything to their kids. They assured them there was no bad blood between them, stating it was time they each found true happiness. Although they divorced, Hendy and Linda are great friends and parents to their kids. Linda fell in love soon after, getting engaged to her soulmate. For Hendy, finally being open about who he was gave him all the happiness he could want.